Okay, everybody should be able to hear me okay. How is everybody doing tonight? Awesome. All right, so welcome to the next generation of SSI. So we're going to start out with what is SSI Cleanup? So SSI Cleanup is a tool that I wrote that has several features that you guys will be able to see today. There is also a slide on features, basically outlining everything that it does, and we'll go a little bit more in depth. Um, 1 second here. Everybody can see okay, right? Everybody can see? Because it's giving me an error on my side saying I need to change something. I have no idea what that. Change the video resolution. Okay. Um, okay, great. Awesome. So what is SSI Checkup? So it is going to allow customers to basically do everything that you all have been creating tickets for. Now that is not to say that this is like a silver bullet, right? But this can get you to where you need to be. So let's start out with the features. So the features are you can update drivers with SSI staff. Now this is a huge thing. A lot of our tickets that we get is like, hey, can I have a driver update? Now, and when a new driver update comes out, all you have to do is look for general, and I just tell you, hey guys, restart SSI Checkup, and you're good to go. And so you guys can download the driver. This supports both AMD and NVIDIA, and you can download all any up-to-date driver. So the latest SSI recommended driver, all the fun graphics optimizations that we normally do, you guys have access to all of that now through this tool. System cleanup is another thing that it will also do to keep your system running in tip-top shape. Troubleshoot. We'll discuss this a little bit more in detail, not really doing it justice. And then, yes, you see that correctly, automatic updates. What do you mean by that? So remember how I said earlier that all you have to do is restart? It will notify you, and we'll see that here in a minute when I do the demo. In addition, finally, and this is like the huge one, it can fix game crashing and OS corruption. Now, what is OS? OS is operating system, right? And it is what we interface with daily. So, like opening Google Chrome to watch a Twitch stream or playing a video game, etc. All of that is what an operating system is. It is what you see on your screen, how you interface with things, OBS, etc. So, without further ado, are there any questions before I jump into the demo? Demo was gonna give it a little bit more. Okay, all right, demo it is. All right. Do you like trains? Yes. How could you not like trains? Um, is the quality okay? Because it's saying like, hey, you know, you can't use this mode. I don't know if I can change this. Let's see if I can do this on the fly. I probably can't. Probably can't change the mode. That's unfortunate. It's fine. Okay. So, let's continue on. See it in 1080. Okay, that's perfect. That's fine. I purposely wanted it to go in 1080 so you guys didn't have to see like, like a big, terrible view, for lack of a better word. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this guy out. It's gonna go black for a second, and let's get into the demo. All right, so my screen's gonna go black here. And here we go. Let's go ahead and look here. Update found. What is this? Click update drivers to install the latest SSI drivers. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, what do we have here? So what this is is, again, next generation SSI technology, basically. Um, so what's really, really neat about this is that all you have to do, like I said, is restart, and you will see the same screen, provided we have a new update or a better recommended SSI driver. This does it automatically in the background. The other thing that you can also do is you can manually check for updates here. So let's say you just happen to have this open, right? And you want to see, hey, does SSI have a new driver update available? Just come down here, click the help button, click check for updates, and it will let you know, hey, checkup is up to date, latest graphics drivers are ready for download. All right, so with that, let's continue on. So how do I check to see if my drivers are optimal? You can click driver check, and it will say, hey, you're running an optimal driver, or you're not running an optimal driver. In addition to that, it also tells you whether or not AMD or NVIDIA is detected and what version you're running on. All right, so system cleanup. So let's talk about this. So this will actually go through, and remember when you all had your very first Opti from SSI, and we were running a bunch of cool, blue windows popping up and everything like that, and you're like, wow, it feels so responsive. How do I get that responsiveness back? Guess what? That is exactly what system cleanup does. So it will go in and it will perform just about the same things that we do because you already have like the anti-latency removal and everything like that. It will run the similar cleanup methods that we use in the previous Opti, during your previous Opti, excuse me. So why is that important? That is important is to keep everything intact. So what does that mean? So like basically what that means is that it's going to keep your system from running into tip-top shape, right? Okay, awesome. Why do I care? Because this cleans up all the stuff you've accumulated since we did your Opti and keeps it working in tip-top shape. Exactly. Yep, that's correct. Da, 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 da. Yes, huge shout out to the people who voluntarily basically handed over their PC to me and it's like, here you go, test. Definitely appreciate it. You guys, I'm forever in your debt for that. Um, so anyway, moving on. Um, I'm hearing a little something outside. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and I will be right back. I apologize, guys. All right, I am back. All right, any questions so far? Yeah, let's take a pause here for now. No worries, Maestro. No worries. All right, anybody else? All right, we are moving on. We are moving on. Okay, this is server show, not mine. Just a $5 fee. Okay, awesome. All right, so Health check. So remember how I said you can fix Windows if it's corrupted? That is what this is going to do. So this will go in, essentially rebuild your OS, and then run a couple of system corruption checks, and then try to fix those. So again, as I said, it's not a silver bullet, but it can get you where you need to be. All right, and then lastly, we have troubleshoot. What's troubleshoot? So troubleshoot is actually something that I'm really, really proud of. It is basically your friend when it comes to all things troubleshooting. Basically, before you make a ticket, go through the troubleshoot flow and all that. And that's what it's named. Um, and also, if you are a new SSI customer and you don't know about this, and you do run our tool, and you do see that you are running a 13 or 14 900K, please understand that it will also notify you and say, hey, just so you know, there are degradation issues with this particular CPU. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's start out. Hey, what can I help you with? And you basically say, okay, I'm lagging. And so it's like, okay, cool. Lag can be caused by network issues. Go ahead and try this. Did this help? No. All right, no worries. Let's see what else we can do. Okay. We can do something like check for temps. So how do we do that? So it's going to open up hardware monitor here, as you can see. And it's going to ask us a couple of questions here, like what is your CPU temperature? So I'm going to come over here and we're going to look. Okay, I'm running at 41 Celsius. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, what is my GPU temp? So we can scroll down here and we can see my GPU temp is at 30. Okay, cool. All right, and then it comes back and it says, hey, those temps seem to be okay for now, so overheating likely isn't the cause of your issue. Let's continue on. Okay, let's get a little bit more advanced here. Let's go ahead and let's say, hey, help me rename a game folder. Helps with crashing. Okay, cool. So it's going to ask me which platform am I on, and I'm going to say Steam. And looky here, it actually takes us to the directory at which our games are running. Okay? And then it comes in here and it says, hey, now that you're in here, find the game that's crashing. Let's right click. Let's add _old to the end. For example, Call of Duty _old. And then let's reinstall the game. All right, cool. So now, with that in mind, yeah, if you don't know where your files are located, we've got you covered. There is no more like, oh, I don't know where to find this, please help, right? It does it for you. And then finally, the really cool thing that I would like to present is we're going to go menu here because that's why it errored. And we're going to go my frames dropped, for example. And the very first thing that it's going to ask you is, do you have high temps? Right? And you're like, well, I don't know how to check that, right? Well, don't worry, because you can just come in here and be like, hey, I'm going to check my temps. And then it's going to ask you, hey, what are your temps, right? And then you can say like, oh, my temps are this, my temps are that, etc. We're just going to say like 41 and 50 as a generic thing, right? Then we can come back, now that we know what our temps are, and do you have high temps? No, I do not. Okay, cool. So let's try these things first. Did this help? No. Okay, cool. Let's do my PC is blue screening. Okay, update drivers, yada, yada, yada. Did this help? No. Okay. All right, let's try I am packet bursting and or lagging. Did this help? No. Okay, cool. What about, let's do game crashes? No. All right. And then finally, once you've exhausted all the options, it says the bot basically gives up. The troubleshoot flow bot basically gives up and says, "Hey, it looks like we've exhausted all of our options here. It might be time to make a ticket with SSI staff." And then that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I rushed through that pretty quickly. So if I rush through it too quickly, please let me know and we can kind of continue on and go back to anything that you guys want me to do or look over. But it does keep a log of everything. So, um, yep, exactly. So it does keep a log of everything. If you guys do encounter any bugs at all, what I want you to do is copy the chat log and please paste it in your ticket. Don't DM me. You can make tickets if you guys have bugs with this, etc. That is awesome, BG. I love to hear that. Um, so that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I will show you this, but I'm going to cancel it. I am going to cancel it because I don't want it overriding the stream and everything like that. But let me show you how this update drivers function works. So you click update drivers here, and you basically see NVIDIA or AMD. Okay, obviously I'm not on AMD because driver check says what? Driver check says we're on NVIDIA, right? All right, so we're going to hit update here. It's going to ask you to select your GPU vendor. You're going to choose NVIDIA if you're on NVIDIA and AMD if you're on AMD. Okay, great. Let's do NVIDIA. And here's the cool thing. We got a little progress bar here that's saying, all right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and download um, all this out. I will answer your question in just a minute, Maestro. All right, and then it's going to go through and it's going to start extracting. We don't want it to do that just yet because, like I said, it's going to actually install a new driver and we don't want to do that just yet. Okay, so anyway, that is pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys the update feature and that it supports AMD and NVIDIA. Should, we get more Intel customers, for example, we will support Intel. It's very easy to add this into the platform. So, anyway, um, yeah, so that's a great question, Maestro. How will we roll this out? So there will be a shared drive link. Thank you for the shout out, Splatzy. There will be a shared drive link. By the way, for those of you who are not in a league and you're looking to compete, Exhale Competitive League will get you started. So, yeah, they have a lot of players to compete against. So if you're looking to uh, take your game to the next level, go for it. There's also ZGL. There's also O7 Esports. I mean, there are tons of people out there that will help you get started in the competitive league. So if you're new to COD, right, you're new to the competitive scene and you want to get out there, there are plenty of guys out there that will help you get there. Rollo is one of those, and definitely Splatzy. So they do care about their players too. So I would witness firsthand, excuse me, of the care that they actually provide for their players. So anyway, let me think what else. There was one more. Yeah, so rolling it out. So there will be a Dropbox link provided, either Dropbox or Google Drive. I haven't really decided yet. Probably Google Drive since they have better load balancing. No offense, Dropbox. Um, so yeah, you all will be able to get access to this, download it, everything like that. There is something that I do want to mention really quickly. So really important. We need to go over this. So there is something called a .NET Framework 8.0 that you will need to install to get this working. Now, I will provide this particular file for you to run, but all you all have to do is click this little download button here. And again, I'll go over that just a second. x64. So you're going to click the link here, x64, and again, this will be provided in the link. Come over here, click runtime, click install, and you're done. That's it. Now, you only have to do this if you run it and it does absolutely nothing. Hey server, do you only get access if you get optis done? So yes, this is basically for current and active customers and future customers. So if you get an opti, if you're new to SSI, welcome. Um, we pretty much, treat all of our customers like family, basically. So if you do get a new opti, um, I think that's a clap. I'm not sure. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, if you do get a new opti, we will install the SSI checkup, or yeah, the SSI checkup. So you may also ask, what is checkup superseded by? And the answer is cleanup. I wasn't happy with cleanup and how it turned out, and I know you guys thought it was really, really cool. I personally was not really happy about it because I was like, I know that we can do better. This is not the standard for SSI. So, um, I rewrote it, right? And thus SSI Checkup was born, basically. So, but yeah, to answer your question, Apollo, yes, current customers and past customers and future customers will get access to SSI Checkup. Obviously, it probably won't be useful for non-SSI customers because what's the point in updating an SSI driver uh, if you're not an SSI customer, right? There's really no point. But anyway, I digress. SSI podcast coming soon. Maybe in the future, man. That's not a bad idea. I don't really know what we would talk about on the podcast, but that's not a bad idea. Hey, what's going on, Dark Messiah? How are you doing? Appreciate the vouch, Shreddy. And Jubes. Good to see you here. A Splatsy plus tech related things. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. A life of SSI HR. Yeah, that would definitely be a talk on the podcast. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We talk about trains. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, if there are no further questions, I will go ahead and post this into the Discord after I get the link up and running, and then yeah, you guys will be good to go and download the latest and greatest. But if there are any questions, any concerns, please let me know. I like I said, I've worked a lot of hours on this normally, and my staff can attest to this. It only takes me about roughly 3 or 4 days to do development, right? This took me nearly a month. And that's mostly because I really wanted to get all the bugs squashed before, because and I will say this, I'm not like Activision where I just release buggy code and then call it a day. So if you guys see me bashing Activision during the optis, you guys are about to see, like I said, how good how good of a developer I can be. So I bash for good reason, right? I've coded games myself, so I mean, I know like what it's like, but I do want to give a huge shout out to all the staff that also Arduously tested this. I know it was really, really painstaking and very frustrating. Huge shout out to Rides for finding that weird bug in troubleshoot that shall not be mentioned. We will not mention it, but huge shout out to him. I could definitely not have done it with all of my staff, including Rides, but especially Rides because he sat there and he went through each individual option. Um, so yeah, no, and no to the staff who are in here who did not get a chance to do that. No, that was not fun. But huge shout out to him and definitely appreciate his time and effort. And huge shout out to me not getting sleep to write this for us. Because to be honest with you, had I got sleep, probably wouldn't be releasing it today. Probably be a few more months down the road. But anyway, yeah. And then of course, I have to give a massive shout out to Grimm's Eraser. She is awesome with everything, and I'm not just saying that because she's my fiance. I am saying that because she literally, like, if she were to pass away, not to get morbid here, SSI would probably not be able to thrive. It would be like, if you're familiar with the Google graveyard, that is literally what it will be. Cleanup will be retired. That is 100% accurate. So yeah, no more cleanup, no more of that, oh man, oh yeah, he's one shot, and then, you see here, hold on, hold on, hold on. I can do this, I can do this. See this. No more of this. No more of that. Any more of that. So, no more competing and having that blue window awkwardly pop up, minimize your screen, and then you have to jump back into game. No more of that. So that cleanup is going to be retired from all systems. What I will do is I will probably provide a removal script so you guys no longer have to experience that any longer. That way, like, we're not inundated with tickets and everything. Not that we don't want to have your tickets. We are very, very much backlogged right now. If you could see, I wish that some of you could see the actual like ticket queue that we have right now. You'd be like, okay, yeah, that's why. We are very, very backed up. So, um, yeah. So what I will probably end up doing, exactly, Grims. Yep, thank you. What I will end up doing is I'll be writing probably a removal script for SSI cleanup. Um, Here in the next probably day or so, if I had to guess. I'm obviously slammed tomorrow. Um, so yeah. Anyway, can I just make tickets to check up on HR rides and server from time to time? That might be HR approved. That has to be HR approved, Rollo. Anyway, so once we do that, we will basically it'll remove the little thing. And then if you have SSI Checkup, that would be the tip jar. Yeah. Um, um, that will basically, if you have it'll be in your SSI folder. So when Rides or Maestro or I did your Opti, we put a folder called SSI on there. Hopefully you didn't delete it. If so, please don't do that next time because that contains critical things for your Opti. So I would almost venture to say vital. It's very, very vital to the Opti. If you remove that, and you're like, why does my PC feel like doo-doo now? That's why. Okay, anyway, I digress. But yeah, just give me about, like I said, a day or two. I might even write it shortly after this. But yeah, if you have questions at all about this tool or anything else, you can either like make a ticket or rewatch this video. Because this is just a live premiere, which will be shortly on YouTube, shortly after it is processed. So yeah. And then as far as the removal tool for SSI cleanup, um, stop it. Oh, I thought you were talking to me, right? So I was like, what do you mean? As as far as the removal tool, I will probably include that where checkup is, or excuse me, yeah, where checkup is. And then I'll kind of like, give instructions on as to how to do it. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you're not wrong. I am definitely gonna write it at the dinner table. As a matter of fact, I have food right here, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that anyway. The other thing that I also will mention too, for those of you who have probably seen our new tool, like our intake tool, if you're new to it, the SSI, I think it's like I want to say it's like yes, that is correct. It is recorded for a later reference. Yes. Um, there was I can't remember what it was called previously. I want to say it was like called like detect or something like that, SSI detect or something like that. That is being superseded by a new program that we've written called SSI OS Detective. So if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That is another program that we've written to kind of like determine if you're on a custom OS, etc. What your system specs are, everything like that. I didn't choose to. uh, yeah, no worries, no worries. I don't have Discord open, so um, thank you for relaying questioning or questions. Excuse me, not questioning, but yeah. So I guess if there are no further questions, I will go ahead and end the broadcast here. And thanks, guys, for stopping by. Hopefully, we have more technology as the days go by, which also brings me to my final point. If you all have any ideas, any at all, to improve SSI or to build, hey, I think it'd be really cool if you include this in checkup, please let me know. Or put in our suggestions box, right, in the Discord. So, yeah. Um, with that in mind, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and have a good night. All right, see ya.